Hello viewers, welcome to the lecture series on tourism and hospitality. In this video, I will explain you about evolution of tourism planning in India. Tourism planning and development. What is tourism planning? Tourism planning is the process of considering the needs of people, planning a trip and using those factors to determine the best resources, programs and activities for their trip. Tourism planning is intended for local residents and businesses of the location as well as tourists who travel there. Development. Tourism development involves broadening the ownership base such that more people benefit from the tourism industry, skill development, job and wealth creation, and ensuring the geographic spread of the industry throughout the province. What is tourism policy and planning? A set of rules, regulations, guidelines, directives, and development promotion objectives and strategies that provide framework within which the collective as well as individual decisions directly affecting long-term tourism development and the daily activities within a destination are taken. India is a center of two ancient civilizations of the world called the Indus Valley Civilization and the Aryan Civilization. Tourism development in India started in the early 60s. By the time, most of the other countries have achieved a remarkable progress in this area and has exploited to maximum possible extent. The best way to introduce India as a tourist destination to foreigners is that India is a country of all seasons and all regions. India's tourism resources have always been considered immense. The geographical features are diverse, colorful and varied. As such, the resources potential is so much that it can cater to all kinds and tastes of tourists. The first conscious and organized efforts to promote tourism in India were made in 1945 when a committee was set up by the government under the chairmanship of Sir John Sargent, the education advisor to the government of India. Thereafter, the development of tourism was taken up in a planned manner in 1956. Coinciding with the second five-year plan. The approach has evolved from isolated planning of single unit facilities in the second and third year plans. The sixth plan marked the beginning of a new era when tourism began to consider a major instrument for social integration and economic development. But it was only after the 1980s that tourism activity gained momentum. The government took several significant steps. A national policy on tourism was announced in 1982. Later, in 1988, the National Committee on Tourism formulated a comprehensive plan for achieving a sustainable growth in tourism. In 1992, a National Action Plan was prepared, and in 1996, the National Strategy for Promotion of Tourism was drafted. In 1997, the new tourism policy recognizes the roles of central and state governments, public sector undertakings, and the private sector in the development of tourism work. The need for involvement of Panchayat Raj institutions, local bodies, non-governmental organizations and the local youth in the creation of tourism facilities has also been recognized. Indian tourism industry has recorded a phenomenal growth especially from 1990s in terms of both international and domestic tourist arrivals. The Ministry of Indian Tourism has launched a new program called Atithi Devo Bhava, which means guest is God. The inspiration behind the expression is to respect because respect has always been an essential part of Indian soul. Tourism, which is the third largest foreign exchange earner in India, has started gaining prominence to the public agenda only in recent years. Many countries in the world are relying on tourism as one of the fastest growing sectors. Tourism in India has a strong relevance to economic development and employment generation. It creates huge employment opportunities, provides equitable distribution of wealth, helps to acquire the much needed foreign exchange, brings out a speedy development and improvement of infrastructural facilities. Developing countries have given a special importance for the development of tourism, for it is the main source of earning foreign exchange, thereby economic status of country goes up. Tourism is one of the few industries which generates a high levels of economic output with minimum investments and has immense socio-economic developmental potential. A noticeable change in the holidaying trend was reported. Both the international and domestic tourists showed an inclination towards adventure sports. India is slowly but surely awakening to its tourism potential. The outcome of many studies has been done about tourism states that India is best suited for all kinds of tourism: rural, cultural, ecotourism, spiritual, sports and adventure tourism. With small countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand are already major tourist destinations, India has to struggle to promote itself to the world tourists. Present situation of tourism in India. Today, tourism is the largest service industry in India with a contribution of 6.23% to the national GDP and providing 8.78% of the total employment. India witnesses more than 5 million annual foreign tourist arrivals and 562 million domestic tourist visits. The tourism industry in India generated about $100 billion in 2008, and that is expected to increase to $275.5 billion by 2018 at a 9.4% of annual growth. The Ministry of Tourism is the nodal agency for the development and promotion of tourism in India and maintains the Incredible India campaign. According to World Travel and Tourism Council, India will be a tourist hotspot from 2010 to 2020, having the highest 10-year growth potential. As per the Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report 2009 by the World Economic Forum, India is ranked 11 in the Asia Pacific region and 62 overall, moving up 3 places on the list of world's attractive destinations. It is ranked the 14th best tourist destination for its natural resources and 24th for cultural resources, with many World Heritage sites, both natural and cultural, rich flora and fauna, and strong creative industries in the country. India also bagged 37th rank for its air transport network. The India travel and tourism industry ranked 5th in the long-term growth and is expected to be a second largest employer in the world by 2019. Initiatives to boost tourism in India. Some of the recent initiatives taken by the government to boost tourism include grant of export house status to the tourism sector and incentives for promoting private investment in the form of income tax, exemptions, interest subsidy and reduced import duty. The hotel and tourism related industry has been declared a high priority industry for foreign investment, which entitles automatic approval of direct investment up to 51% of foreign equity and allowing 100% non-resident Indian investment and simplifying rules regarding the grant approval to travel agents, tour operators and tourist transport operators. The first ever Indian Tourism Day was celebrated on January 25, 1998. The year 1999 was celebrated as Explore India Millennium Year by presenting a spectacular tableau on the cultural heritage of India at a Republic Day parade and organizing India Tourism Expo in New Delhi and Khajuraho. The government joined hand with a leading airlines, hoteliers, holiday resorts and other tour operators and offered them a wide range of incentive. Thank you for watching. We will join in the next video.